Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Headbanger's Closet. Your old pal Brett here. So I want to talk about a record I just got in the mail recently. Now, this thing came out in 2022. I didn't really know of its release until a little bit later, so it did not make it on my best of 2022 list. However, had I got it then, it definitely would have been the best of 2022 top 10. Great record. Discovered them on Instagram. The band is called Duchess. The album is called Fatal Moon. Awesome album. It's on Revolt Records. Check out the badass hype sticker right there. So I'll get into everything here in a minute. But so I discovered the band on Instagram, and I was on Instagram, kind of going through my feed there, and it was like, I don't know how it came up, but an album cover, not this particular one, but a different album cover for Duchess popped up, and I started kind of clicked on the profile and went through and hit the follow button almost immediately. Once I saw like the first 3 or 4 photos, they were all records in this dude's collection that I loved. Now, it turns out it wasn't Duchess' Instagram page. It was the frontman, Tyler Heath. It was his Instagram page that I found and clicked the follow button. And what was awesome about it, what made me hit the follow button right away, was the first 5 or 6 pictures were albums that he had in his collection that I also have in my collection that I absolutely love. So I followed the guy, and right away just kind of started talking to him on his post about the record he would post a photo of, and just the guy is like this really cool dude. So I kind of, within a week or two, maybe a little less, a little more, I don't remember, I discovered that he was the front man of this Duchess band, and they had Fatal Moon out on a pre-order. So I decided to hit the pre-order button and buy it. There was a couple of different variants I could choose from, and you guys know me, I chose the colored one. So it was just, kind of wanted to purchase the record because everything that he was interested in, I was also interested in. So I'm like, okay, this has got to be a cool record. If all this dude's influences are awesome bands, his band's probably going to be kick-ass as well. And I got to say, my intuition was right. It sounds awesome. And, definitely get the 80's metal vibe from him with a lot of, other, thrash metal, death metal, black metal, all this great influences infused. But the album is definitely what I would classify as like early 80's LA scene metal. You throw in early Motley Crue with late 80's Guns N' Roses and LA Guns. You throw in some early Quiet Riot, Def Leppard, Rat, and Twisted Sister, throw it all into the mix, stir it up, and that's what you get with Duchess. And, just like I said, following Tyler, the front man, he's also, if I'm not mistaken, the head guy of Revolt Records, record collector himself. So when I purchased the album, I knew I was going to get a quality product, and we'll get to that in a second. But kind of a little bit more about why I wanted to get this, because the dude is so cool. He's one of those guys in the industry, much like Trevor Church from Haunt. He's one of those guys in the industry that is just such a cool person to talk to that you instantly want to support him in whatever he's doing. Wasn't able to make it out to any of the shows they had out in California, and they just announced a tour I think last week, and they're not coming anywhere near to me in Atlanta, but I'm going to do my best to travel to see the band play. Because they're really good. So here's the album. Let's kind of get into, before I get into a little bit more about why the music is so great, let's kind of get into all the product you get. So like I said, he's a record collector himself, and I gotta apologize. I suck at reviews. I just kind of know what I like, and I really like this, and whatever I try to review for you guys on this channel, it's obviously an album I like, but I'm just not really good at reviewing shit. So anyway, gatefold record. This picture of the guys in the band, really cool. So let's kind of just go through, and like I said, you can. Well, here's the booklet, first of all, and then there's a message from the band. I'm not going to read it for you guys. I'm going to let you guys listen to the album, fall in love with the album like I did, and then go buy it, and then you can read it yourself. So you get this freaking booklet's massive. More pictures of the guys, right? So, photos, live photos, tour, show posters and stuff like that. So you can see the picture of the guys, they got that early 80's metal look, like the Guns N' Roses, LA Guns, Motley Crue, when 80s metal was awesome and not too watered down by all the glitz and the glam. That kind of came mid to late 80s in my opinion. This is like early 80s stuff. So like I said, to me, it's like you throw like, you know, Dangerous Toys, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, LA Guns, Twisted Sister, you know, Quiet Riot, Rat, bands like that, Kicks, Blow My Fuse era Kicks. Throw it all into like a melting pot, and this is what you get from the band, which I think is awesome. Here is a little write-up about the artwork, and there's the girl right there, the badass chick with the M60 machine gun and the bullet belt, or the belt-fed machine gun right there. A little write-up about the artwork and everything like that. Again, buy it yourself and read it. Really, really cool. It's them in the studio. A little write-up about them recording the album. Again, super cool stuff. You can listen to the record and read all this stuff just like you could when you picked up a record back in the 80s and you were looking through all the liner notes and everything like that. So speaking of Dangerous Toys, Jason McMaster, the lead vocalist of Dangerous Toys, actually sings on one of the songs on this record. I'll get to that in a minute. The White Leather single, my favorite song off the album. And they've got a video for it on YouTube. You can check it out. Again, we'll get to that in just a second. And then just a bunch of photos and write-up in LA Weekly about the band. Really cool stuff. It's just really cool. You can just see by the pictures, kind of the way, you know, they're dressed in the photos. They're not like, you know, the Poison and the Warrants and stuff like that. They're more the early 80s stuff, which I lovingly refer to as sleaze metal. You watch the video for Motley Crue's Livewire, and that's kind of what this is all about, in my opinion. So put that back and kind of show you what else is in here. So, like I said, the White Leather. Here's the postcard for the video on YouTube. My favorite song on the album is White Leather. Awesome tune. And you also get a autographed photo of the band. Really cool. Again, record collectors themselves. So you know you're getting a kick-ass product when you order it. I had no idea that this thing was going to be that awesome. And I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit because I'm running over 7 minutes here. But here's the record. Awesome lyrics. And then again, the badass hot cowgirl. So this record is on blue and white, kind of marble swirl. Really, really sharp looking version. Sounds great. It came in the mail. Instantly went down to the front door, grabbed it, put it right on the turntable behind me. So let's kind of get right into the tracks and I'll kind of conclude because hopefully everybody's still watching. Anyway, album kicks off with the title, the first song of the album is called No Asylum. Right away, you get that kick drum, that awesome guitar, and instantly I'm transported back to 1983. Snakebite comes the second song. Then you got Fortune Favors the Bold. Then you got Sleeping in the Fire, which is a ballady track. Flip over to side 2. You got my favorite song on the album, White Leather. Then you got Flying Too Close to the Sun. Rock and Roll Rodeo Clown, which Jason McMaster from Dangerous Toys actually sings a little bit on this tune. Then you got Fatal Moon, and then Road Tale, which is, you know, every heavy metal band from the 80s had to have a song about getting ass on the road, and this is that song. So really cool album, awesome. Like I said, if you dig that early 80s metal, like LA scene before everybody just used like 50,000 cans of hairspray. It was more about the attitude and the music than it was the glam and the glitz. Then you'll definitely dig this album. Led the Duchess, Fatal Moon. Highly recommend everybody checking it out. So yeah, hope you dug the video. Hope you check out the album. If you do, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I really want to know what everybody thinks about this record. These guys are awesome. Like I said, they're doing a tour. If they're coming to your town, man, just go see them. I'm assuming it can't be more like $25-$30 for a ticket. Definitely worth the price of admission. Go see them. I've seen some of their YouTube stuff and seen some of the videos on Instagram. It looks like they put on a phenomenal performance. So I'm going to try to hit a show. No guarantees because I got to drive. I think the nearest one to me is about 4 or 5 hours away. So fingers crossed we can make it. But anyway, check them out. Let me know what you think. Appreciate everybody watching and checking out the channel. And I'll have another video for you guys very soon. Cheers, everybody.